praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Lokal Kodash. Double honor to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word, and all honesty, truth, and sincerity worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. Now this video is going into the curses again, like a raging bull. I'll show you some pictures here. It's from a song, We Run This, Thug Iller or something like that. But this is what they, install in the youth for when they're young, This is all part of the curses. Now you don't see this happening to these other nations, okay? You predominantly seeing this happen to Jake, northern and southern, okay? So, this is what it is. This is how they raise them. I made that video earlier. These women are destroyed. But this is what happens when a man leaves a household. You have, this nutcase woman running the household. And these are the type of things that happen. You get these emotional young men, growing up. And, the first thing they want to do is grab for a gun, try to kill somebody, Their mothers don't set them right, because, the mothers can't really even control themselves. So how the fuck are they going to control these kids? Okay? These GMO babies, as Apostle Elder Ricard says, So let's get into these scriptures real quick. Yep, Hosea 4 and 6. Destroyed, man. You individuals, you think this is a joke, but we ask the question, show us in the world where does this happen amongst these other nations, and you can't come up with the answers. Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And this is what you see happening in the world amongst our people. Okay? They're destroyed for the lack of knowledge. They're destroyed for not knowing who they are. They're destroyed for trusting in the man instead of trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They did this before. Okay? Jeremiah 7 and 25, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their necks. But harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. See that? So they didn't want to listen. Okay? And like I said, they put their trust in the man. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in a man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose hope and whose heart departed from Yahweh. Verse 7. Blessed is the man that trusteth in Yahweh, and whose hope Yahweh is. Okay? So, these individuals can't, the fruit of his doings, yeah. They're going to get the fruit of their doings, man. They didn't want to listen to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They wanted to put their trust into, this system, this man, these people, the philosophy, science. Okay? But we put our trust into Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai because verse 9 tells you that the heart is deceitful above all things, the mind. Okay? Yep. Let me see. Bob, the heart is going into your mind. Okay? It says it in here. The mind, right here. Okay? Wisdom, mind, understanding. So, You gotta have a hedge. And this truth is like a hedge, hedged around you, okay? You're protected by the words and the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You put your trust into him, he's gonna guide your ways, okay? Hebrews 6 and 10, and Sirach chapter 2 and 10. Continuing, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, Yahweh, search the heart of mine and try the reins, even to give every man according to his way and according to the fruit of his doings. Right, and I think that's in Colossians. Let me see something real quick. And you guys gonna get exactly, you know, but he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong. Yep. And there's no respect to a person, right? So all that crap that you guys doing, you 2/3, you know, the Lord's gonna give you a recompense for all that wickedness that you're doing. Even in Lamentation 3:64, render unto them a recompense to the works of their hand. God. But anyways, going back into this, yep. Scriptures don't lie, man. They don't skip a beat. Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 20, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. Okay? And guess what? What does it tell us? Oh, yeah, let me get that scripture real quick. I want that too, but save that for the other video. Yeah. Sirach chapter 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made of him that made them. Okay. So, you know, you got 2/3 Jakes walking around with these, you know, these guns like raging bulls, shooting and killing each other, and that's all part of the curses. Okay. Lord smiting them with these curses, that they wouldn't hear the word, you know, even when they were sent the word from their own kin, they won't hear the word, but they'll hear the words of others. That's, hey, Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 5 and 15, Salakia. Okay? You guys be drinking out of another pot. You should be drinking out of this one. But this is what they want, you know? This is how they grow up from young. And then when they get on the block, older years, you know, this is normal to them. You know? Salakia. Killing each other, smoking each other away. That's part of the curses. Okay? Deuteronomy 28. Sure. Put this one down. Whatever. 58 or 54. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Right? And you see these Jakes out here, they're evil. They got that evil eye toward their brother. He's wearing a chain, instead of congratulating him, you know, or you know, even ask him, hey brother, how could I get up on that level? He'll take it from him. He'll shoot him. He'll take his life for it. Okay? That's, yep. The Lord said you're going to smite your mind with madness. So you got these Jakes out here. They see another Jake wearing a chain, got a car. You know what I'm saying? Instead of asking the brother how to get one up, or even congratulate him or whatever it may be. He shoots him and takes it. He envies him, okay? And what's what he has, down to his wife, his kid, his family, everything, okay? Deuteronomy 28 and 28, Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And you go into that word madness, craziness of mind, and yeah, blindness, for they see not the way of the truth. Okay? They don't, when they see us on the corner, they're like, what the hell, I ain't doing this. I'll never do that, you know? So they can't see the way. They can't see the way that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has paved for his people. But Romans was at 11 and 7. It's only for the elect to see. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 11, if I'm not mistaken. It's only for those ones to hear those parables and understand it. What is that? Revelation 3 and 6. Those that have the ear shall hear what the Spirit is saying unto the churches. Right? So continuing. Yep. Let's go up here. Deuteronomy 28 and 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. Right, and you see these 2/3 Jakes, right, out in these corners. They don't move around like they're like you see how Esau, Edom, and these other nations move around. They move around like as if they can't die. You know what I mean? They don't have no fear of these type of things. Well, Jake, when they go out there, they paranoid. They looking around, even driving. They gotta worry about these other nations killing them. They gotta worry about police killing them, and on top of that, the curses, their own people killing them. Okay. Let alone the diet. You got these Jake women out here, like 600 pounds, overweight. Their diet is off, man. So there's many things out here, well, that's all part of the curses, But as the scriptures say, thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. Okay? You don't know if you're going to make it home. Those kids in Chirac and all this type of stuff, their parents sometimes sit up and worry, man. Is my kid going to make it home from school? He's going to get shot in the school bus. He's going to get shot at school. Is he going to get shot on the block? Is he going to get shot walking to the gas station? These other nations don't have to worry about that, as Jake has to worry about it. Like I said, it's all part of the curses, okay? Yeah, and amongst these other nations, we don't get no ease, man. Okay? These other nations can kick up. They got that rest of the feet, okay? Because these other nations, they can go on vacations and all this type of stuff, and Jake, they stuck in the hood 24/7. I remember seeing in the news this woman had like 6 jobs, just try to pay off some debt. That's crazy. 6 jobs to pay off a $200 and something debt, or $200,000 debt. Salakia, okay. So yeah, let's go back into this. Finish this off here real quick. 41, 43, 44. So let's go into this real quick. Deuteronomy 28 and 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. So, even though Man, right now we're in a form of captivity, man. Even though we don't have whips being put on our back and all this stuff, we got draconian laws over here. Those birth certificates, all these type of things that these regular people are Slovakia, these foolish people cannot see. We could see them. Okay? Try to get up and go to fuck cross the border just from here in Canada to America. The fact that there's a border set up, you know what I mean, with guards and all this type of stuff that you can't enter in with all special papers on it. You're not free. So anyways, verse 43, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Like, come on, man. When you read these curses, this is why they hate Deuteronomy 28. In fact, they hate the whole Bible, but Deuteronomy 28 hits it on the head, hits it home who these curses are applying to. Do we own any banks? Do we own any major farmlands? Like, I always see this stupid shit on YouTube. Did you know that slaves own slaves? Like, a bunch of stupid, dumb shit. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here with your garbage, man. And just like the brother said, soon enough to be saying slave ships didn't exist, slavery didn't exist, all this type of stuff they're going to try to erase. You know, this is amazing, man. You know, we could clearly see who these curses apply to today. Okay, we can clearly see who it applies to. It applies to Jake. Okay, when you read these scriptures here, and if you have the vision, if you have the sight from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the understanding, right, the light, that you can clearly see who these curses apply to today. Okay, and these curses apply to us, man. I mean, who else do you see doing this type of shit, man? Especially that head to the side. Who else do you see doing this shit? But Jake, man. You don't see other fucking nations teaching their sons to do this type of shit in this manner. Esau, Edom, he'll teach his sons and daughters to shoot, but he don't teach them to run on the block like this and, you know what I mean, doing dumb shit like this. You know? If it's water guns, that's a different story, but man. So these curses, yep, lamentation. These curses is something that these other nations, remember, Psalms 83. They have some. Well, let me get it. Psalms 83, and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Oh wait, hold up a second. They that hate thee. Remember these guys were talking about hate the other day, about hating the scriptures? Well, these other nations hate us, okay? Just like David said, I hate them that hate you with a perfect hatred, which is right, okay? Anyways, let's go back into this. And that's our enemies, okay? For lo, thine enemies, okay? Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Does it say all people? No, the Lord has his people, okay, and that's Israel. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You see that? And it tells you who consulted together. It's all right there. Tabernacles of Edom, Moab, Hagarenes, Ishmaelites. So these people don't like you, okay? They hate you. They that hate thee, okay? They hate you. Fuck is going on here, man? They didn't want this to pop back up again. This issue. Who are the Israelites? They didn't want that because They craftedly put those small hat 48ers, small hatters, over in that land and said that they are them. When by prophecies and by the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai proves that they are not those people, okay? By process of elimination. When you go through these, comb through these scriptures, you can clearly see, look, that ain't you. Okay, that ain't you. That ain't you, small hatter. All right? Lamentation chapter 2 and 15. All that pass by, clap, all that pass by, clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? And a people is Jerusalem is a people before a place. Okay, a city is a people before a place. You know, when they want to say the people inhabits the city. Without the people, you know, it's just a dry, burning place, man. Verse 16, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. Remember back in Psalms 83, they hiss and mash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. So, as you can see, these people are glad that we got overthrown. These people are glad that we got tossed down. They said that we were swallowed up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found. We have seen it. And they have seen it truly up to today. But guess what? Up to today, in this time and era, you know, Ezekiel chapter 37, the breath, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has entered back into his servants, his prophets. Okay? Because we got a job to do. We got to go out there, show the people what's going on, you know, give them the prophecy. Ezekiel was at chapter 3 and 4. Speak his words, right? We just come with the warning. Jeremiah was at 28 and 8. Prophets of old prophesy against many kingdoms, rulers, right? So that's our job. In the spirit, that's our job. In this world, that's our job. Okay? But going back into this is what they wanted. You know, all these curses, this is exactly what they prayed for, and this is what they're jumping and laughing all about. Okay? When they see Jake in that decrepitated state, because the Lord said that he planted you. Brought this out just yesterday. Jeremiah chapter 2 and 21, yet I have planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right. And that's exactly how our people have become, man. But certainly, these other nations have swallowed us up. And they say, yeah, this is the day. You know, this is why they hired counselors such as Vocab to come out there. And, hey, Ezra tells us that. Let's go into that real quick. Let me get into that real quick. Ezra chapter 4 and 4. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building. And right now we're building that spiritual, you know, temple. They're looking for a temple to be actually physically erected. Well, meanwhile, it's a spiritual thing. What's going on with what is being said in the scriptures? Okay. But anyways, going back into this, and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius, king of Persia. And remember, Romans 15 and 4, these things were written aforetime for our learning. Right? So these things are going to happen over again. Right? You got to expect that. That's why the Lord said for you to read. Because you're going to see these same examples pop up again in the future. So in the future here, right? You got these people like Vocab and all the rest of them, you know, but they'll crumble, you know, because this is of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Acts chapter 5, right? Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 5. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of Yahweh, right? And this is going into these false prophets, you know, million dollar Nate, you know, the $7 million man, you know. This is no wonder. I'm gonna make a video on that, but you know, a lot of these guys have taken the bag. They've sold out instead of going and warning the people and telling them and giving them warning from Yahweh Shimei Shai to tell them what's about to happen. They took the bag, ran with it. You know, they don't really have faith in it. They don't really believe. Okay, that's what it really comes down to, boils down to. They have been given that spirit. Okay, they've been given the spirit to sell out. Psalms chapter 40 and verse 8. I delight to do thy will, O my power, yea, thy law is within my heart. I have preached righteousness in the great congregation. Lo, I have not refrained my lips, O Yahweh, thou knowest. I have not hid thy righteousness within my heart. I have declared thy faithfulness and thy salvation. I have not concealed thy loving kindness and thy truth from the great congregation. And at the end of the year, day and week, you know, as long as the spirit of Yahweh Shimei Shai is still upon us and still dealing with us, and you know, we're going to continue to preach his word. You know, we're going to continue to go out there and do what we're supposed to do. We're not going to refrain our lips, okay? Because at the end of the year, day and week, the Lord filled us with this, okay, with this knowledge, wisdom, understanding. So we're going to occupy what he gave us. Occupy until he come, right? So these curses, you know, these 2/3 out here, they run around like wild bulls, man. And they train them from young. You know what I mean? But this is all part of the curses. Who's this fit in the world, man? This don't fit these other people, these other nations. This perfectly fits us. So with that, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word, and all honesty, truth, and sincerity worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Lord willing, to the next time. Wa abad. Shalom.